What's going on, guys? My name is Ben Armstrong, and today I'm going to be telling you my story on how I went from a skeleton to shredded and gained 30 pounds of lean muscle in 365 days without any help from anybody else. I didn't have a personal trainer. I did have the internet, and I did have my failures and the stuff that worked for me to let me achieve my dream body within just a year of time. Hmm. Here's my quick short story about me. Growing up, I was always a super skinny kid. I loved sports, but I always had trouble eating and gaining weight. I would hide how I looked through baggy clothes and never felt comfortable taking my shirt off anywhere. Until one day, my best friend died in a car crash. I tried everything to escape reality. I drank, smoked, self harmed, and none of those would seem to help me. Till one day, I knew it was my fault I was doing this to myself, and I needed to start taking accountability, and it was my turn to start taking control of my life and not letting substances or others control it. That was a big, hard step for me to take. What I learned through that process was everything does not come straight away. You have to work for it one step at a time. People will only see your flaws and not often will see your wins in yourself, but you just got to prove that wrong and prove to yourself that you can do it. What I changed, I switched fully to bodybuilding. Instead of self harming myself and drinking and smoking, I figured, well, what's another way of tearing my body apart? Well, how about I go to the gym and tear my muscles apart and become jacked through all my mental battles in my head? I used all that anger at the gym and it physically showed me a difference. I focused on eating healthy. I switched away from junk food. I stopped eating processed foods, candy, junk, you name it. I pushed myself each time not knowing if it was working or not. I didn't even know if this was actually working for me. I just figured, what else am I going to do with my life? I'm not doing anything. I just got out of high school. Everybody's telling me what I got to do, but I don't know what I want to do, you know? So this video is for people who were skinny people who need to turn their life around for the better, realize, well, this is the time now I got to change. And if I keep holding on to that, will I change? You got to move forward with those times. If you don't move forward, you will screw yourself over. Anybody who's insecure in their own body, people want to start seeing their abs and more muscle, finally figuring out what they can eat to gain weight and becoming their inner superhero. How often do you watch a movie and you see someone's physique and you're like, damn, I wish that was me? If you wake up with guilt every day knowing you could be better in a certain aspect, but you choose to avoid it for comfortability, you know you're missing out on your potential. This video is not for people who are chasing quick and easy fixes, such as quick dopamine, like doom scrolling reels all day, drinking and partying all the time, like just getting away from reality in a quick dopamine effect way. Anyone who's not willing to put in hard work is the number one way for things to pay off, especially on your body. Working your body is the only thing that you can't spend a shit ton of money on just to get. This is something that you and everybody else in the world sees, knowing you are self-disciplined. Anyone who doesn't care to advance in their body and mind, for anyone who claims they don't have time but always find a way to do other things, anyone who is okay with how they feel or look but knows deep down they're killing themselves. So here's my truth. Most skinny people think it's impossible for them to gain any weight and look like a superhero. However, that's a lie. What you really need is determination, accountability, and structure. Those three things are key formats to achieving what you would like. And it's not just for bodybuilding or looking good. That's from making money, being happy, exploring, etc. You do not need junk food or crazy supplements. You do not need endless cardio to burn yourself out. You need a system that has proven to you and others that it works, one that maintains gains and keeps your accountability to achieving your goals. But worry no more. I'm not going to hold you over the edge any longer. There is no such thing as someone who can't gain weight. You just need a smarter, stronger approach. And if you wish that person to be you, I'll prove it to you. 1. Build lean muscle from workouts you can do it at home or at the gym. 2. Eat foods you actually love by finding a healthy balance to them. Doesn't mean you got to cut off all the chocolate bars and stuff in the world. You can still have a chocolate bar every now and then. You just have to find a way to adapt through it. Transform your body to its full potential in 365 days. Results will be visible and fast in just 90 days. Honestly, for me, my results were fast enough in just a month. I noticed a difference in my body in just a month of training to 2 months, but in the 90 days was the most difference. The 365 days formula is my exact system I created through my own trial and error, backed by my whole progress of training and in-depth research on muscle gains, weight gain, and day-to-day habits that are stopping most people from putting on lean muscle. Now, I've decided to show you and fully break it down into key points. In these short few minutes, I'll break down perfectly how I went from anorexic to jacked and how I can back up the proof. Like, do you want sit-down abs? Like, sit-down abs is something everybody dreams for. I dream for it. I know you can too. You can use my 365 days method to build lean, strong muscle from the gym. Your motivation and discipline will spike while your confidence in who you are and yourself will rise as well. So true. The 365 days method. This method I've made transformed me from skinny, insecure kid to a confident, shredded male. Lock in your foundation. Build good habits, not ego. Master your basics from eating correctly, going to bed on time, structuring your life and priorities correctly. If you do not have a plan throughout your day every day, you feel lost and you feel like you're not doing the max you can do. It's okay to have days where you need to sit back and rest. That's perfectly fine. But if you are not structuring your day throughout each day, I guarantee you don't get things nearly as done than compared to non-structuring. Accelerated gains. You'll gain weight rapidly, begin to see shreds of visible muscle. And in just a couple months, you'll feel disciplined and no longer feel like the gym is a chore. You know, some days, I guess I'd say, some days it still feels like a chore, or not a chore, but something you got to do. But it's like a normal thing, and you realize it's worth it. Every time that long format dopamine that you get after, so worth it. Superhero physique. This is when you feel fully locked. You fully unlocked your confidence in yourself. Every time you see yourself, you know you did it. You are disciplined. You can now achieve anything, not just in the gym. Maybe it's talking to that girl you like. Maybe it's starting that business, seeing what your goals are and actually following through to them. Now let me begin on how every phase is designed to gain muscle, become more manly, and unlock your Spider-Man physique from within. Discipline yourself fully. Nutrition and tracking. Let me move myself out of the way there. Nutrition and tracking. No more processed foods. Hit your protein goals on the daily. Make sure to balance your carbs and fat to gain the most energy and recovery possible. Crushing it, being consistent will speed up the process and show you the results you're grinding for. Training until failure. If you are not training until failure, you will not maximize muscle gains. Train 5 days a week with 2 rest days for optimal muscle recovery, or you could even do 6 days a week with 1 day muscle recovery. Personally, I'm doing 6 days a week now, but I started at 5. Balance heavy weight and high volume work. Push every set until you're max. Drop sets with these are lethal. Build up muscle mass and shreds at the same time, and in no time, look and feel like Batman. If you want to be Peter Parker, Batman, who knows? The person you have in mind, your goal, even the Hulk, make that unexpected reality to yourself and you will achieve it. Strategic gain. Self-wealth and recovery. Less stress and cortisol. Quick walks or runs. Breathing exercises and recovery days. I personally love breathing exercises and I also love walks. I have noticed it has calmed me down in many ways. Whenever I'm frustrated or don't feel like I'm in my own self, I go for a walk and it helps so much. And if I don't have time for that, I just do some deep breathing exercises and it has helped me so much. Set a bedtime and aim for 8 hours of sleep. Fat accelerates at night. Bedtimes are very important. I highly recommend doing it. You might think, oh, I'm an adult, I don't need that. No, you need it. Boost weight gain with creatine. Always hit your goals so you never feel hungry. 100%. I always feel hungry, even though I always manage to make it to my weight gain, but that's okay because when you're bulking, that's what you want. Keep the cycle in full operation to maintain what you're working for. Lifestyle triggers. Always drink water. No pop or high-calorie drinks. You can have a Diet Coke every now and then or a zero, but carbonated drinks are often horrible for you and are a big way to get man boobies. You do not want that. So make sure, even like tonic water is good. Steer clear from hidden estrogen sources, cheap oils, chemicals, plastics. Take care of your skin and body with clean alternatives. If you do not feel good, you most likely aren't looking good. And it's okay not to look good, but you want your body to feel healthy and you don't want to feel like garbage. It is very important to take care of yourself. Your environment matters. Do you want to be surrounded by the old yous or the new and improving yous? Find people like you and that strive for one another. You want to find people who push each other to be the best that you possibly can be. Bruce, Peter, I remember when I got my first compliment on my physique and someone told me I looked like Peter Parker. That really made me feel great. But at night, I want to feel like Batman. Optimize yourself. The Superhuman Challenge. Fine-tuning your body to create and master peak performance and aesthetics. Always push for more, higher intensity, and explosive exercises, but no ego lifting. It's okay to add more volume and progressively get better and better. But if you're ego lifting, you're not getting the full range of motion and holding it properly, you know you're not optimizing yourself. Focus on advanced recovery and sleep, create lifestyle habits and a perfect diet. Goal equals self-determination and proof of yourself. I created the 300. Oh, here, let me move myself again. Thank you. I created the 365 days program that was customly made for people like you and me to obtain the best control and aesthetics. Not only do you look superhuman, but your self-love and confidence is through the roof. I have never been happier since I gained weight. It is honestly a true statement. You feel better. You don't feel like you're hiding. Just life is better. The 365 days method works on every skinny person. It's proven. I've tested it on my friend Spencer. I've tested it on my friend Ethan, my friend Sam. Everybody here is doing great. And if you ever want to see what they look like, you can always hop to my Instagram. Now that you get, one second here. Now that you get what I'm saying, I've made an offer for you. If you are low on confidence and frustrated with no progress, spending time elsewhere when you could be putting the work, tired of never achieving these goals, then this is for you. And if you are ready to build your superhuman physique in no time, looking to grow and maintain muscle mass on your bones, prepare to step foot in the most confident, incredible, strong, and efficient version of yourself. Ready to put on 10 to 30 pounds of clean muscle and feel the way you always wish for, all with proving what you never thought was possible, then this is for you. Hopefully you guys took a good sense and kind of got to understand myself from this program as well as what I've done to do all these things. And really the biggest, hardest journey out of all of it is self-love. Self-love does not come super easily, but once you start tearing your body apart physically and doing these things to prove to yourself you can do it and be disciplined, you can do it.